Hello and welcome to Breezy Chatter. Today I'm going to be talking about the bold and the beautiful. I'd like to say thank you for those who have subscribed to my channel. Your subscription is deeply appreciated, so let's get started. So, Hope vows to help her mother reconnect with Ridge. She visits Deacon at Il Giardino and does her best to convince him to help her help Brooke reconnect with her husband. And against Deacon's better judgment, he agrees. So he pays a visit to Ridge at Forrester, and he tells him that running to Taylor the moment he has problems with Brooke is not the answer. And of course, Ridge does not want to hear anything from Deacon, so he sort of dismisses him. And Deacon says, if you want to blame someone, blame me. But don't blame Brooke, don't take it out on her. And Ridge, he just doesn't want to hear it from him. So Deacon leaves and he does pay a visit to Brooke. And he lets her know that he tried to convince Ridge to give their marriage another shot and to not blame this whole ordeal on her. And Brooke does appreciate Deacon's efforts. And of course, Deacon takes yet another opportunity to tell Brooke how he feels about her and that she deserves better than Ridge. And although Brooke was flattered, she did let Deacon down easily, and she did tell him that her heart belongs to Ridge. That is where she'd like to be. And Deacon, all he could do was respect that, and he left. And then we have Brooke paying a visit to Taylor at Taylor's office. And I thought it was quite interesting that Taylor was on the phone, and when Brooke came in, Taylor looked at her and said, "See you next Tuesday." I said, "Oh, did she just call her a see you next Tuesday?" Interesting. So we have Brooke, of course, telling Taylor to keep her lips off of her husband. Also trying to shame Taylor and tell her that she shouldn't be taking advantage of her bad situation, and that she's a therapist and she should know better, and that her and her children were just waiting to pounce. And Taylor had to bring Brooke back to reality and let her know that all of this is happening because of what she did. Because if this situation did not happen, Ridge would still be at home with her. And Taylor does fill Brooke in on a few key notes, which is that Ridge took off his wedding ring and that he told her that he wants to come home. And Brooke tells Taylor he has a home with me. And she said, you enjoy this. You and your little family, you enjoy your time with Ridge because it's not going to last. Because he always comes back to me. He loves me. And you can tell that Brooke's words affected Taylor because she knows Ridge's track record of breaking up and making up with Brooke. And she knows that there is a huge possibility that Ridge will go back to Brooke. And Taylor does mention her run-in with Brooke to Steffi. And Steffi tries to convince her that Dad is gone. He's out of Brooke's life for good this time. But Taylor knows how this will probably end, because she does tell Ridge that she doesn't want to put any pressure on him and that whatever he decides, she supports him. So she's already giving him the out, although, he's still married to Brooke. And it's kind of unfair for Ridge to come to Taylor, and it's not really wise for Taylor to get swept up because he's still married. He really does want to go back to Brooke, but his pride won't allow him to go back just yet. And then we have Sheila making house calls. She starts with Brooke, and she just relishes in Brooke's misery, and she tells her that Taylor would never do what she's done to Ridge, and that's why Ridge has left her, and she's just really enjoying herself. And Brooke at first tries to explain herself to Sheila, but then after a while, she just tells Sheila to get out because she's just tired of it. And then we have Sheila making her way to the Cliff House, looking for Taylor. And who's there? Thomas. And when Thomas sees Sheila, he's looking at her in shock and he wants to know, what is she doing there? And he immediately tells her that she is not welcome. Stay away from our family, stay away from Steffi, stay away from Finn, stay away from the kids. And that is when Sheila loses it. And she tells him that the only reason that Taylor has an opportunity with Ridge at this point is because of what she has done. And Sheila goes on this rant, and she says that they should be very welcoming to her for what she has done. And Thomas starts asking questions, and he sort of puts it together. He sort of figures out that Brooke unknowingly drank alcohol, and that was thanks to Sheila. And now that Thomas has this information, it's going to be quite interesting to see what unfolds. Is he going to keep the information? Is he going to partner with Sheila to keep Ridge and Taylor together? Is he going to tell the truth? Is he going to partner up with Finn to bust Sheila? It'll be quite interesting to see how things unfold because it seems like all the secrets are being revealed to Thomas. Although I did read somewhere that Finn was going to be the one to out Sheila, but it may very well be Thomas, although I doubt it. We'll have to wait and see. And then we have the Spencers. They are having lunch with a little side of gossip. They are sitting to the table talking about Brooke's recent scandal. Of course, Liam is more concerned about Brooke and how upset she is. Bill is, of course, blaming this whole situation on Ridge, calling Ridge a deadbeat, stating that he never sticks around. The first sign of trouble, he goes running, crying to Taylor. And his sons are looking at him and they're giving him the side eye because they know that he has a special place in his heart with Brooke's name on it. So he's not going to be fair. Now, there are no innocent parties in the Brooke and Ridge love affair. They both have done things. Let's not forget. When you have Bill talking about the situation or Deacon talking about the situation, they're always going to side with Brooke. And that's just how it went down. But it was cool to see Wyatt back. It's been quite a while since we've seen him, so it was cool to see him back. And it also raises the question, now that we have Bill putting his 2 cents into this situation, is he going to be another person offering Brooke support? We'll have to wait and see. And then we have Carter and Paris. They have taken their relationship to a whole new level. And I think at this point, there will be no turning back. I don't think they are going to care who sees them or who finds out the status of their relationship. Rumor has it, or should I say according to the spoilers, Mama Grace is going to catch Paris at Carter's place. So that's going to be quite interesting. That's going to be an explosive meeting. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Next week should be quite interesting. And that is my commentary. If you liked it, hit like, subscribe, and leave comments. Thank you for your time. Until next time, ta-ta.